Welcome to this series where I take Classic the Rock from 2021 and try to throw it against the field of decks that you will probably see at your local scene as well. So stay tuned and watch some The Rock. Okay, back with another match of The Rock here. This time a mid-range grinder, and I'm playing against Christian, who is a player that supports like every tournament that he gets to go to, he goes to, and really a nice guy. I start with a mulligan here, and he starts with an island and me with a swamp. And he follows his island up with a fetch land, so maybe it's time for a mage. He knows what I'm playing, I know what he's playing, kind of. This was a small gathering of people, and this is round 5, so we have had our chances to look at the decks that we are facing. So maybe, no, okay, it's a Wild Mongrel. Wild Mongrel, a nice card for him to have as like both a creature that can go through my walls here. We see a wall of blossoms, and also a nice way for him to discard cards. He does play the tribe deck here and wants to get at least some of his cards in the graveyard. And he swings. And I consider blocking here. That will force some action. I guess it's a block. He is discarding stuff. Wild Mongrel is a great card. Okay, discarding here. I don't know what the second card is. Maybe a Ray of Revelation and then a Volcanic Spray. Not relevant here yet, but against a Hermit, it is a good card. And another Mongrel. Okay, I did block. My wall is gone. And now a Deed. So a Deed here, if that was a Ray, yeah, it's gone. Saving Deeds for when you have enough mana to just pop it right away is probably where I should be at, but he swings with mongrels. I just take 4 and that's that for combat. Or does he sack something into a mongrel to do more damage? This is not looking good here. A really aggressive start here. And Meddling Mage. I have no clue what it's naming, but probably Deed. Deed is a heck of a magic card, and well, the most potent of all rock cards. One of the main, or if not the main reason to be in this colored combination. Duress here, finding a disenchant and a Call of the Herd. Not even relevant here, but taking the call. 3 mana open, ships back the turn. For him to swing for 6. He could swing for 8 if he discarded everything, but doesn't really make sense. And him only having basics here is so nice for him. Krosan Tusker is, I was about to say play, but it's cycled. I find a swamp and well, if I had a Deed in hand, it would be great now. Should have saved it. Note for self, and yeah, draw from Tusker, draw for turn. And then what? Am I able to stabilize, or am I not? Duress. Disenchant goes, another mongrel. Don't like to see that. So he doesn't overextend here. He has extended with 3 2-drops, but doesn't overextend. Swings. I take 6. I'm at 4. I'm practically dead on board here. No reason for him to do anything at all. And do I get it? No, no Deed. We see at least 1 more land in my hand, and that's, well, that Deed should have been saved. Could have gotten game 1 there, but didn't. If you are playing MTGO or Magic the Gathering online and are using a rental service, or if you want to do that, I have a link in the description for a referral and a coupon code which makes you get 30% off on your next subscription. So consider that, and onto the video. Back for game 2 here after a small ad break. I think this game comes down to deed, and whoever deeds, or I guess I'm the only one who deeds, but if my deed can destroy his 2-drops or his 2-drops plus some tokens, and I will be quite happy. He does have some disruption for them, but going that route is a good route, I would say. Okay, turn 1 Furnace, a sideboard card coming in here. Furnace is nice against these decks that just wants to slowly outgrind you with all their flashback stuff, and these flashback spells are not that impressive if you only can play them once. So turn to Wall for me. He has not played a single card yet, but he will probably play something here. Now a Rainbow Land. So you can play practically, well, half of his deck even. 2-card Compost. 2-mana Compost. Compost is not that good here. I don't need to play my Duress and Cabal Therapies. I can just sandbag them, and the only draw that he will get here might be from a deed. All my threats are green. So not the best sideboard card, but I don't know his deck that well, and maybe it's just a very good card. He disenchants my Furnace when I cannot even cycle it because there are no cards in graveyards. And then what? 4 mana. Take 1, so I'm playing a creature. Blastoderm. Has Shroud, so it cannot be targeted. It doesn't have 5, but 3 counters on it. These are counters for Blastoderm, so it can attack 3 times in total before it's gone, if I attack each turn, but yeah, this is a heck of a card. Fading is such a nice mechanic. Great stats for lower mana value, and in this deck you can get it back. So a 5/5 Shroud is nice. Should just attack here, but wall, a bunch of walls here. And do I swing? I should swing. I can block that mongrel. I can also smother it. He can change its colors, but he cannot change the mana value. I smother it, and he takes 5. Sort of a Jusum Jin from old school, even though it just dies eventually. But the Shroud is great against all his swords. Another mongrel taking another damage here from his land. I'm not sure. He's at 14. He's taken 5 from my Blastoderm. He has used green mana for 2 dogs and a compost, so maybe not the right amount of mana, or the right amount of life total here. And a wall of roots. Yeah, he definitely has a painful mana base to play all these cards. Now he plays another one. Looks like a fetch, a flooded strand. And ships back to turn here. Last counter is removed, but it still isn't going anywhere other than to my opponent's face. Swing for 5. He's considering just chump blocking. Yeah, and he does, because he needs this life to be used for his mana generation. His lands will just not work if he gets to a lower life total here. but so he's still at 9. Cycle. I have included 2 cycling lands in the stack. Don't know if it's correct. It's certainly kind of greedy, because you don't ever want to have those in your starting hand, but in the mid to late game, they are nice. I attempt to play another Blastoderm here. It's on the stack. He probably has a counter of some sorts. Finding an island. And yeah, there it goes. Circular Logic, Hardcast. I cannot pay for that. And it goes away. So back to him at 8 now. As I said earlier, maybe he should have lost 2 more life there. No, wait a second. He used that land that he just tapped there, the Paradise. So maybe he shouldn't have taken 2 more, maybe just 1 more, I guess. Or maybe none. I'm not saying that Christian is a cheater. He definitely isn't. Tapping lands. Okay, Recurring Nightmare. Activating. Switching a Wall of Blossoms for a Blastoderm. And if I play a Swamp, and I can just do it again here. Yeah, I do. This is dangerous. And I can do all this stuff here without giving him 1 draw from that compost. So keeping a hand from having a sideboard card is not worth it if it is compost. Untaps, return to land. Discarding Worm. Plays out a Worm. Here he has made his own tokens, so a 6/6 Worm. Not what I want to see here. A Deed can take care of it. A Smother, another Smother can take care of it. A Vendetta can take care of it. Lots of options, and I have my Recurring Nightmare to draw into more stuff, because I can switch a Wall of Blossoms in the graveyard for Wall of Blossoms in play. Not the best play, 3 mana draw 1 card, but it's repetitive. 1, 2, 3. Deed. Deed is also great here. I can pop Deed for 2 and just swing. If I pop it for 2, my walls will go away. But all of his stuff goes. He will get 1 draw from the compost. And he just says no. Okay, I got this one. And we are on to game 3 here in a second here. Into the 3rd game, we did have like sort of a tell of what's going on in this matchup and what is going to eventually happen here in game 3, but we will see. Christian starts with a City of Brass into a Tribe, and I start with a Thicket. So what I told you in game 2 is that this is a greedy inclusion in a deck, because turn 1 tap land, you don't want that. Here's a Quiet Spec. He's at 18 now from his own lands. Quiet Spec, you can find up to 3 flashback cards and put them into your graveyard. So he finds probably something to draw cards with, and some threat, and maybe some utility. But we'll see. But yeah, Tranquil Thicket. Turn 1, I could have had a Duress. Turn 1 would be nice, but I don't. And I have a tapped green source, so I might have that green source for a wall turn 2. So I can block. Okay, what is he searching for? Maybe he put out a card Okay, 2 Deep Analysis and a Ray of Revelation. And they are stacked like this. So, like a small little sandwich here, because he knows that I do have that Furnace. Okay, Swamp, go. No walls. No walls. Swings for 1. Goes to 18. And he drops down a gemstone. Take another hit from that City of Brass. Call of the Herd. So that is why he didn't find a threat in his deck with that Quiet Spec, because he already had that in his hand. Okay, I go wall before making a land drop. I hopefully have a land drop. Okay, a forest. So now I can block his elephant, which is why Wall of Blossoms is a hell of a card. He can fire here if he wants to get rid of it. If he does have fire, he doesn't. He plays... No, he puts down a City of Brass on the table, takes it back. And then what? He draws some cards, losing some life. At 13. Yeah, he's using City of Brass mana. He's using that finger to point up to the camera. I don't think that's a nice gesture. And we're just talking about how much mana he actually tapped for with that city in these last 2 turns. But no, he drops the city again here. Didn't draw into another mana source, so a lot of pain. I've not had a creature in play. I've only dropped these 4 permanents, 5 permanents here, and he has just done so many things. Blastoderm, if I may so. Don't think I will be allowed to. It's mana leaked. Okay, fair enough. Using his counter magic against my creatures instead of my Recurring Nightmares is nice, because Recurring Nightmare is cheaper, and as long as I've had a creature in play, it's sort of a better card. Now that Blastoderm is in my graveyard, it proved to be such a difficult card for him to handle game 1, so that is my main plan here. Another gemstone, full of counters, 3 counters that is, and then what? Swings for 4, blocking the elephant. Take 1. I'm kind of clocking him with his own lands here. And that Wall of Blossoms is like MVP right now. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. 2 mana? For what? Is it a fire? Is it a mage? What is it? No, it's another Quiet Speculation. Finding more stuff to do, I guess. So what kind of action do you really have here? He kind of told of us that he may have either sided out the worms or have one in his hand. He does have a discard outlet in play. 6/6 is difficult for Rock to handle, although I could sandbag a deed. And this is a little while ago. I don't know what I have in hand. Okay, Therapy it looks like, and Call the Herd. Don't know what the card is in the back there. Maybe he shows us. Krosan Reclamation, maybe? With that tree in the art? I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Therapy. Therapy for what here? Probably Deed. That is a dangerous card. If he named Deed, he didn't hit, but we know that a Blastoderm is coming into play next turn. We do have the Edict effect. I have that in Sideboard. Edict with a flashback on it, so it goes for these longer games. And he plays down another tribe. Yeah, probably had another one, at least another discard outlet for his deck to function properly. And now what? Is it Hermit time? It looks like he sided out that volcanic spray, so maybe Hermit is better here. And then I can chop that elephant and kill it eventually. I'm holding a land. Okay, yeah, that is a Hermit. Going to the battlefield here. Or not, yes, it is. And once again, I am in need of some tokens. I might have some tokens laying around somewhere. Okay, Jesper is coming in clutch here with his hand-drawn squirrel tokens from his elves deck. We saw me playing against elves earlier. I got one game against him. He got the match, of course, 2-1. But you might want to see that because squirrels, his hand drawings for his tokens is nice, and his playstyle is great. I certainly got a huge surprise from that deck. Okay, called the herd flashback using the second to last counter on his second gemstone. So soon he will be out of painless sources again, hopefully. And then what? Do you want to trade a squirrel for an elephant? Nope. I pay the echo, signaling that I do not have a nightmare right now. Playing a land, showing these cards again that he has the knowledge of from his therapy. I always do that because it sucks to be the one who forces the opponent to write down cards. I know that it's there on them to know what's in your hand after they gain that information, but this is a casual format. I guess in a high stake game, maybe a finals of some sick tournament that I could, I know I could never go to finals in the big tournaments, but I guess then I would consider not showing, but I just find it easier for both me and him and more casual. Okay, a 6/6 worm, not casual at all. I think I would happily trade my board state for a deed here. Yeah, that worm, it's not the biggest of all problems because he don't have many. Maybe has one or two in his deck combined, but it is huge, and it definitely looks like a big threat. I edict, so he has to sacrifice a creature. He chooses a tribe, and then what? Maybe a Blastoderm. No, probably not. Yeah, I can just wait it out. I can trade 3 squirrels for a worm. I don't know how that makes sense in if you really think about it, but I'm not sure he wants to attack me because I have a lot of ways to gather more resources later on. So he might feel like he's in a hurry. I have my recurring nightmares, and I have my Tuskers, and so. And now he has some painless sources, but you don't want to draw lands this late in the game here. Flashback called the herd, and a third elephant here. So that's 3 elephants, 1 worm. And what does he do? Does he try to... No, he does nothing. He just ships the turn back to me. 3 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Flashback. I can also flashback stuff here. And I ship back the turn. Yeah, Chainless Edict does... well, contains sorcery in its name, so I cannot just instantly do it like the original edict. But what do you do, Christian? Do you attack here or do you not? You add 7. So yeah, you're dead on the swing back. I can just take it and just kill him. So yeah, he can certainly count. And he's at 7. I haven't attacked even once. I'm not sure what he's trying to say here. Using some magic stuff for real, maybe, but I haven't attacked him once. He's at 7. This is a downside of such decks that he's playing. If you are too greedy in your mana base, you will get punished. He's at 4 now, drawing from deep analysis. And where's his mongrels? Those would have been nice. Counting out my lands, 4, 5, 6, 7. A Tusker. So now I can trade for either a worm or 2 elephants with my 6/5. Not the best card in the world. Okay, he chooses to counter it unless I pay like 1 billion, so I cannot do that. And I just send back the turn here. Tapping lands. Okay, now he has to play. Okay, Wild Mongrel. There it is. A little too late, maybe. He can trade with a squirrel, and then he can pump. Now what? I think that was a recurring nightmare. And that's a nightmare for Christian here. I can get back my Tusker and start attacking. I can just sacrifice my Hermit and get that back also. Yeah, I can do both of those things. No, I choose not to. I don't know what I want to do with a 5/5 against a 6/6 blocker. I don't know why I did that. Okay, maybe to get rid of it. I should have used Recurring Nightmare 2 times. Yeah, and Tusker into play. Tusker into play, question mark. What is Christian doing here? Okay, so he does do some tricks here. He puts back my creatures with Krosan Reclamation. He's really using a side of Krosan Reclamation that you don't see often. Usually it's against yourself in a Hermit Druid deck. Man, I should have used Recurring Nightmare 2 times then. Then I could get a draw from my wall and get back into the game more quickly. Okay, on tap. And yeah, thanks for reminding me of fading. A bunch of... Actually, yeah, I can do that 2 times. Hermit for Wall of Blossoms. Okay, draw for Wall of Blossoms. And get back Hermit. Get back Hermit. Yep, this is nice. Now I have 4 squirrels, also a token from Jesper, that do have Summoning Sickness, but eventually I'll just be able to swing for lethal here. I can get past some of his defenses right now, but next turn is lethal for sure. Okay, and I sent back the turn to Christian. He gets a sword to Plowshare here. He can sword a Hermit, but I have so many attackers and he's at 4 life. I don't think that's enough. I do not think that's enough. No, it isn't. He countered it out for us, and that is game 3 here. 2-1 for The Rock. If you like this sort of content, please subscribe, comment, like, do all that sort of nice things, and we'll see you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.